Hi folks, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be building, and it's going to be on the Smok TF-RTA. I bought this about a week before I bought the TF8, sorry. Thinking of juices now. I seen it, just found it on the web by accident and thought, oh, that looks great, because I love building my own tanks. I had a TF4, which I used to use the RBA in that all the time. So I thought this would be ideal. So I went ahead and bought it. And then a week later I seen the TF-V8. And I went and bought that, and I've been on that ever since. So, and then when I bought it, it comes with either a 4-coil, quad coil deck, or a dual coil. Well, I wanted a dual coil because I like it for temperature builds. And quad coil, the ohms would be just far too low trying to temperature build it. So I ordered it with the dual coil, and they actually sent one with the 4 coils, which I have in here. It's still got the coils that it came with, the Claptons, and I have vaped on it. It's nice, nothing wrong with it. But to build on that's going to be a son of a bitch. So anyway, today we are building on the dual deck. So let's get on with it. What I have in here right now is 2 twisted 28 gauge. I guess I could have done this off camera. But I'm going to take these out. These were just normal Canthal. I kind of just slapped it in there to try this thing out. And they've been going good. They've been in there a few weeks, and I've vaped it on and off. This one this one really does feel solid. The RBA to the TF-V8, I've already stripped one of the heads off and had to put another one in, just trying to tighten it down on some wire, and it seemed like I'd done the same to the next one I put in. So I'm not really too I'm not over the moon with that, but this one does seem solid. The thread seems solid. The Allen key fits in there nice. Sorry, I should be over here doing this. Sorry if that was off screen. Okay, so what we're going to be using, NI 200 28 gauge. I'm looking for about 0.8, 0.9 ohms. And if you build temperature builds, there's nothing out of the ordinary. So don't think it's a massive low ohm build, because it's not for a temperature build. Okay, I'm going to pull myself off a piece about that long. And then I'm going to cut that piece in half. This stuff's really soft. See that? Look, see how well easy it bends. It's not like Canthal. So I'm just going to snip this off here. And I'm going to turn it around a screwdriver. I'm not going to get any fancy coiling tools out. I don't like them anyway. I use a screwdriver all the time. When you use a screwdriver, make sure you got the right size one. That one's going to be kind of tight. No, I think he'll be okay. Oh, let's go ahead and screw this in and stick it on the ohm meter. See, this is another thing. Look, these threads are a pain in the butt. They should make this better. Once they're in, they're fine. But trying to get them in, see how much of a pain in the ass that is? Look, it's still not in. There, it's in, but it's like one turn. You're worried that you've just cross-threaded it. Don't like that very much, and I think the TF-V8 RBA is the same as well, if I remember right. Okay, there we go, and use it in. Alright, let's go ahead and turn this first coil. I'm going to be looking for about 12 turns. I know it sounds a lot, but it's I've got to do that to get even 0.9 ohms out of it. Oh, I'm not counting, I'm talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's actually 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And back around, like you can see, look, there's no springiness in the wire. It just sits there. But what I like about this, you see how far away these are right now, and they're kind of uneven. All you do is just push them up. Look at that, perfect coil. I love working with this stuff. Okay, we're going to go ahead and slot that one in. Just make sure that I wasn't going to make coils on camera, I was just going to wick it, because that's really the main thing, is wicking these. But when you're putting your coils in, you'll have one under the screwdriver, one over. Obviously the one under needs to go in the lowest hole, and the one over goes in the top hole. Now, because we're using nichrome, we do not want to do these up too tight, because it is a very delicate wire. Actually, I'm going to have to get that screwdriver out of the way. I think I have got another little tool that can deal with this without messing around so much, but we're going to do it like this. There, like, see that wire bend? So we don't snip this off on camera. Right, there we go. You're just snugging it up. You got to be so careful with this nichrome. I'm pulling it quite close to the decks. We'll ease it out in a minute when we tidy everything up. There we go. Look, just snug it up. Oh, he's not in. Oh, it's the bottom one, you dighead. Ah, dear. Okay. There we go. I wonder why the wire didn't move when I snugged it down. Okay. Go ahead and snip them off. Make sure that, now this doesn't ping all over the place when you snip it, not like canthal. So it's easy enough to grab and just put to one side. Okay, let's get our next one in. Well, do you know what, while we're there, let's just straighten this one up so it looks a little bit more professional. There we go, just pull them out a little bit. There, look at that. Hardly any work at all. I do love temperature builds. When you get it right, they are so much better than canthal. They're better than Clapton's. Well, this is my opinion. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Sure, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Same thing, look, it's all uneven. I'll just pull that one out a little bit. And then all we got to do is just push it up, let it go. That last one's a little cockeyed. There we go. Oh, it's perfect, perfectly spaced. Just so easy to work with. I'm going to snip a little bit of this off right now, so we haven't got a whole bunch to deal with on the other side. Right, one under, one over. We'll do exactly the same as what we've done with the last coil. Well, not exactly the same, because I'd screw the wrong hole again, wouldn't I? Huh, that sounds about right, doesn't it? Screwing the wrong hole. I won't even make a joke about that. Leave that to your own sick minds. There. Okay, just nip those ends off. I build a temperature build in the TF-RTA. I used to build it all the time. Just want to make sure I can see a tiny little bit of that right there that I didn't get, so just bending back in. But I used to make temp builds in the TF-RTA all the time, and just loved them. They were just, that's all I used to vape. Didn't mess with my RDAs or anything else. Just used to vape that all day long. I haven't done a temp build in this one yet, and I've been meaning to do it, so I've saved it for on camera, because the wicking will be exactly the same. There we go, look, get him looking like that. He's nice and uniform up above. I can see that I've got clearance. I will make sure. I'm shaking a little bit. There, you're just looking there, look, I've got plenty of clearance. Okay, most important thing now is the wicking. And as you know, I use just normal organic cotton that I buy from the CVS store. I really like this stuff. With this, you don't want the cotton very tight in here. I find with canthal you want it a little tighter, but with nichrome, I don't know why, it just seems better when it's a little looser. So I'm just going to pull. The good thing is, once you've got it in there, you can manipulate because it's so soft, you can manipulate it with the cotton to get it exactly where you want those coils. But that looks good. They all look, each coil looks separated nicely, nice and even. Do you know what? We didn't even look at the resistance, did we? That's how confident I am. Let's look at the resistance. Look at that, 0.9. God damn, I'm good. That's funny. I guess I should know. That's what it is in the TF-RTA when I do it. It's normally around about 0.8, 0.9 with 12 turns. Right, same with this. You see those little, that's the little juice holes right there. So I don't want them to come all the way down the bottom. You remember the TF-RTA RBA? When I done that one, you just want to put them down a little bit more than what you think. You want them just past the top. So right there, look, see, it's just enough to go in past the top. So they'd be showing in there. And a little, you just leave a little bit extra so that you can trim it up. So just past the top of the juice hole, bend it down. Just past the top, you know, round about the middle section. And then do the same on this one, the last one. There we go. Right, the reason being is because I'm going to fluff up. I'm going to fluff this back up. And then when I push it in the holes, I'm going to make sure it's fluffed up at the top. So I do want a little bit of extra. Now, there's my tool. You remember I showed you this in the last video? 24 gauge can Thor. It's my little, it's what I use to do all my cotton with. Okay, I don't know if you just heard my stomach rumbling. I'm hungry. Okay, remember, just tease it in there. Don't force nothing. You want that hole, all the hole taken up, but you don't want to force it in there. Like that. See, you can see a little bit of the cotton, but up here is nice and loose, look. Very loose. You see, look, I leave it fluffed up higher than the coil. That makes sure that juice gets to the top of the coil as well. I think I need to just trim that one a little bit. It really seems bigger than all the others. Just don't want to have a whole bunch of cotton in there. Need just enough. So we just tease that in. So I hope this is all in focus. Careful with that piece. Sorry if this is a little boring, folks, but this is the most important piece of this tutorial. Is the wicking. If you don't wick it right, it will leak or it will not wick. Either way, it's not a good scenario. Okay, there's that side done. I think maybe you can just get a little bit more down in there. There we go. Make sure it's fluffed. Yeah, it is. I said I apologise for the boringness of this, but if you just watch how I'm doing it, look, see that it's not going in, but I'm not getting uptight or trying to rush this video. It's got to be in the right place. And it's got to be, no, I've not got quite enough there. Let's pull a little bit from the other side. There we go. It looked like the other side had plenty. See, I just want to see that bit of cotton come down in there. Then I know that I've got it in there. Looks like I've got some excess on the inside there. There we go. This one feels like he's packed a little tighter. So let's just fluff him back. Just kind of just pull on him. There we go. And you notice I didn't dry burn these coils. Do not dry burn nickel coils. It's not a good idea. You will burn them out. You can do them really low. You can get them on like 10 to 15 watts and do it. But there ain't no need. You're not pushing the coils together. They are going to light the same time or very close to it. Go. Cool, there's a little dirty bit in there. I'll just wash this out as well. I obviously didn't get into that. Alright guys, it's wicked. I've got juice here, but I want some different juice. Just take 0.9 ohms. Let me just get some other juice a minute. Strawberry kiwi. Remember we made that the other day. Alright, let's get this off of here, put it on a mod. I'm going to put it on an IPv4S. No reason for that, just it does temp. I'm using my other temperature regulated boxes for other things right now. Okay, right, what we'll do, let's just offer it a little bit of juice now, not too much. Just want to put a little bit up on the coils. And as I did with the last one, I'm just going to give it a little pulse. There we go, just get that juice to suck in. There, just a tiny, just a couple of clicks. There we go. Right, actually I'll leave the rest of it for when this lid is on. We'll put the cap on. Nice and gently. And then we'll check. Now with this one, you see it's got a, actually I'll show you what when it, see that closes off, the juice hole closes off. When you're filling it, you want the juice hole closed. Don't do what I done the first time. I filled it with the juice hole open, and it does leak. It leaks immediately, especially if you've just been puffing on it and it's hot in there. Right, let's have a look inside. It all looks nice and uniform. That one there can just be puffed out a little bit. It looks like he got dragged down a touch. There we go. Alright, now we put a tiny little bit more to the sides where the cotton is. Then we're going to put some through these juice holes. Those juice holes, they're not actually lined up with the cotton juice holes, they're just off to the side. But they get in there and go around and wick it. But we'll put a little bit in there, get it soaking up. Alright, next thing is we want some glass. We need the top section. Just screw it down gently. Okay. Yep, that seems good. See, in the turn to you twist it and it opens the juice holes. Turn it, shuts the juice holes. And there's to open it. This is a bit of a big dropper to try and do this, but we'll try. The juice holes are shut. It looks like we got it. Okay. Alright, if all went well, this will vape good. Let me just prime it first by sucking it without. Oh, the whistle. I'll close off the air holes and then just suck on the end to bring juice up. Hopefully that suck it in and then saturate the wicks. There, I can start to taste, not taste the juice, but you can taste it in the air kind of thing. There we go. Oh, superb. Thing is with nickel, it's not, it takes about a tankful to really bed in. You'll get kind of you won't get the best taste straight away. You'll be like, that's not as good as what he said it was, but it'll get better. Okay guys, I'm sorry about that. The video cut out at 20 minutes. I carried on talking for 25 minutes and I flipped the camera around and said, look guys, I'm not going to edit. I'm going to vape this straight away so you can see I didn't go off camera and rebuild coils. Well, kind of lost that now, but trust me, this is the one I just built. You can see I even took my lapel mic off and I've got it handheld, so I'll just leave it here. It's kind of like a quick FaceTime, just to just kind of talk about what we've done. Major thing is to wick correctly. You see the patience you got to have, and just tuck it in there nice and loose. You want to leave them fluffed up. Once you do that, it's not going to leak and it's not going to dry hit. If you just need to get it just right, it might take a couple of times, but you just want to be able to just see the cotton in the juice hole underneath. Just want to see it protrude down a little bit, and you still want the little bulge above the coil. If you can get that and it's not too tight, you'll get it every time. Once you get it right, you'll keep on getting it right. I actually closed the air holes down to about halfway. But the thing is with nickel, it's where it differs from Canthal is the taste. You can really just taste your juice. It's like full on. When you go back to Canthal, a lot of the times it tastes like burnt, not so much burnt, but kind of overheated, and it does lose a little bit of its flavour. Even with Claptons and everything, it's just for me, temperature is the way to go. And whenever I rebuild a tank, I've got a temp build in there, unless I'm very lazy. Like with the last video, we done a TF-RTA, and I put just a normal coil in there, and that was just for just to show you guys on video. This time I've done what I wanted to do and done a temp build. But either way, whether you do temp or whether you do Canthal, the wicking is exactly the same. But yeah, give this about a tank full. The coil a bed in, because right now it does taste a little tinny. Not quite, and I know what it's going to be like after a tank full of juice. It'd be great, but I mean it's vaping good now. After about a tank full, it goes really thick. It's getting better. And you don't get a dry hit with nickel. When the wicks go dry, that temperature stays the same, and you just don't get as much vapor. It won't dry hit and knock your throat out, unless you've got a bad nickel build in there. I've done that before where it has given me a dry hit just because I didn't build it very well. Have a look at the room. We've got little critters in the corner. I've got rats. That's what the boxes are for, so the rats have got a playpen when I let them out. There's our mixing table at the end. The juices are covered. It's nice and cool in here, so the juices are dark as well. This is my bonus room. Computer's just here behind me. This is where everything gets filmed. Anyway, folks, I appreciate you coming back and seeing me. For those that have subscribed, for those of you that haven't subscribed, please come back. I'm going to keep on doing this stuff, mixing juices and rebuilding tanks that I have, and any new tanks that I get, and RDAs. If anyone wants to see an RDA build, I have quite a few RDAs. I got Plume Veils, CLT, Dark Horse, Tugboat, all the main ones, the Velocity, Bullet, Mad Hatter. There's a whole bunch, but if you want to see a RDA build, then let me know, and if I don't have it, I might just go out and get it. But anyway, folks, if you haven't hit subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. When we get to 100 subscribers, I am going to share my all-day vape, my big secret recipe. I'm going to share it with everybody, and you will love it. Anyway, come back and see me. Bye.